Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Welcome to the war zone. Welcome to the temple of trauma, where chaos reigns and rules are like robots. They're there to be broken, smashed, pulverized into submission. So, are you ready to go extreme? They're ready for anything. And tonight, an old score between Razor and Pussycat threatens to get settled once and for all.
Yes, Craig, tonight's main event has been eagerly awaited by Robot Wars fans across the globe. It's the ultimate vengeance battle between the current world champion Razor and the awesome Pussycat. But whilst the teams oil themselves down and wind each other up, let's take a look at our other excuses for pure metal carnage on tonight's show. We've two awesome all-star battles with Wild Thing facing the powerful Axe of Dominator 2, and then Tornado kicks off a storm against 3 Stakes to Heaven. Newcomer Spider takes on the monstrous might that is the Beast of Behemoth, and we've a metal-mashing mayhem where Splinter will face Killatron and the angry Agrobot. Then tonight's main event, Razor against Pussycat, and Razor are in the pits with a grudge to bear.
We're the Razor team, reigning world champions, and in the fourth wars, Pussycat beat us up when we were totally immobilised, and we're not happy about that at all.
Hey Rob, Razor's axle and wheel bits really look neat as necklace at night.
Yeah, suits him up.
They're going to wind them up? What?
Make no mistake. For Razor and Pussycat, tonight, it's personal. But before that fight, are you set for another couple of grinding, pulverising rounds from our All-Stars? Oh, yeah? Then let the wars begin!
Thanks, Craig. Coming up, a couple of great fights. But first, chasing a place in the All-Star quarterfinals, Wild Thing and Dominator 2, both series semi-finalists in the fourth wars. And Jules Dominator has actually beaten the very best in the past.
Well, Jonathan, as we know, Dominator 2, with their ferocious axe, destroyed the reigning champions, Chaos 2, in the Annihilators. So we think you boys are in with a chance of being the top player in this battle. What do you reckon?
No problem.
I'm confident. Now, what's your strategy going to be?
Drive straight in, axe through the disc.
Simple as that. Are you confident?
I am. We're Dominator. We're going to dominate that arena.
Fighting talk. Can we add to that?
We're going to tame that Wild Thing.
Nick, what a draw to be up against that enormous pneumatic axe.
Yeah, well, they might have a big weapon, but we're the fastest robot here and the most manoeuvrable, and they're not going to catch us.
And if they do catch you, what will happen?
If they get too close to take out their wheels with our disc, we know we can beat the Dominator.
Confidence.
From Ash in Hampshire, Wild Thing.
Going extreme with a new giant cutting disc spinning at 6,000 RPM. Also has a SRE-mech and is the heavier of the two with a 100-kilo wedge shape, but I don't like the look of the tyres.
Hi, I'm Nick Adams, and this is my son Jake, and this is our robot Wild Thing. It's really wild this year with a fantastic spinning disc, and it's going to take out all the opposition, no problem.
From Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire, Dominator 2.
Bi-wedge shape, 12-kilo slam from the pneumatic axe. It has a plasma nitride-coated titanium shell, which means it's very tough, apparently.
Hi, we're Team Dominator. We've got Elliot Smart, Chris Hall, myself, Pete Halloway, and not forgetting the star of the show, Dominator.
Roboteers, stand by.
Peter Halloway at the controls of Dominator 2 and Nick Adams, of course, with the Wild Thing family. Dead Metal, one of our two house robots with a 3,000 RPM saw. And alongside, compatriot Sir Killalot, the petrol-driven engine driving on the crushing floors.
3.
This for a place in the All-Stars quarter-final lineup. Dominator 2, with the power of that axe coming whacking down. And for the first time, really, Wild Thing have got that new spinning disc to work. You just see the jut blades there onto the plasma nitride coated titanium shell. There at the controls of Dominator 2, Peter Halloway, a development engineer by trade. And he's developed a fine engine out there with the bi-shape. And as long as it goes side by side with Wild Thing, it'll dodge that flywheel mechanism. Also, Wild Thing has the side spikes. You can just see them there, which can help if it needs self-righting. Dominator 2 slowly turning. I think what they're trying to do here is get a side-on attack as well there to get the axe down on the wheels. The wheels of Wild Thing are vulnerable. I thought they might be. But meanwhile, Wild Thing back on the attack. Oh, and there seems to have been some damage there on one of the wheels of Dominator 2. It's the right wheel now. It looks to be tattered. So that weaponry of Wild Thing has caused damage to Dominator 2. Who will be left standing at the end of this one? Suddenly, Dominator 2 is on the defensive and Wild Thing is doing all the work. Coming in again, look, to attack that wheel and the other wheel too. Wild Thing's giant cutting disc, 12 kilos of weight, 2 blades, 6,000 RPM, spinning dangerously, spinning madly, spinning with venom. But Dominator 2, progressive now, getting it underneath Wild Thing, a bit of reverse gear, then turns away, onto the arena sidewalk, down comes the axe. Peter is driving machine, Chris Hall is the robot weapons operator, an electric engineer by trade. Nick Adams, of course, is at the control of Wild Thing. He loves his electric guitar. At the moment, he's strumming a mean tune with the Wild Thing. Where's it going now, though? Way across the arena. Both robots have sustained damage, that's for sure, but both are still in there. Tigerish at the end. One robot to go through the quarterfinals, even if the judges will have to decide. The crowd won't like a decision one way or the other. A little bit of smoke coming out there. We're into the last 10 seconds. Which robot has sustained the most damage? Which has been the more aggressive? Because I feel sure, and indeed it will now, go to a judge's decision between Wild Thing and Dominator 2. And our 3 judges marking on style, control, damage, aggression. Let's see if we can find some pointers. Dominator 2, the more aggressive, but now look, missing its target with the axe. Wild Thing, meanwhile, was steadily, side by side, grinding away damage and mounting up the points. I don't know, because Dominator 2 was on the aggressive again, and bang, Wild Thing against the arena sidewall. Look at that, that was a wasted attack. And another, that'll count against it. Poor control, poor style. I think they've made their decision. They have. It's agreed. It's Wild Thing! Wild Thing have won it for Nick Adams, Isabel and Jake.
Well, we're doing a bit of a post-mortem in the pits there to really look at the damage. They did actually manage to get you, didn't they, on the wheel there?
They did. They took our brand new tyre out.
Was it a bit frustrating for you because we didn't see much of the axe action? It seemed to be missing all the time. Why was that?
We were disappointed. We thought 4 out of 10 could try harder.
Yeah. So what do you think about the judge's decision then?
It was the right decision. Yeah.
Good losers. Let's go and talk to Wild Thing. You are the victors, but that was very close, wasn't it?
Very hard, very, very tough opponents.
Can you repair yourselves in time? You're now through to the quarterfinals.
We hope so. It's going to be a bit of a rush, but we've got to get on with it.
Well done, our all-stars. Let's take you back to the pits.
Back to the pits, but through to the All-Stars quarter-final. Wild Thing. Next up, Tornado against 3 Stakes to Heaven, made up from parts from a grand finalist of the past.
Thank you, Jonathan. 3 Stakes to Heaven, are you listening?
You're going to hell. The stake's going to be extinct. We're going to blow you away because there's a tornado coming.
That's Cheltenham. So those guys certainly know how to talk the talk, but do you think they're really up to it?
Nah, like all tornadoes, it's just a lot of hot air.
You're confident then?
I'm confident. We've got the experience. We've been here 3 times before. And we know what we're doing.
From Huntingdon, in Cambridgeshire, Tornado.
It's in invertible, runs both ways up. It's the heavier and slower of the two. The 15-kilo spinning disc is new, and it'll come at you like a storm.
Hi, my name's Andrew Marchant. This is Brian Moss. This is David Gamble. We are Team Tornado. Remember how we pushed all the other robots around last year? Well, we're going to do the same this year, because we have this. Everybody, beware.
From Lord's Hill in Southampton, 3 Stegs to Heaven.
Grand finalists in the past with Stegosaurus and semi-finalists with Steg 2. They're back with a new robot, a spinning cutter, but they haven't used their full weight allowance, and they could be, therefore, a pushover.
Hi, I'm Peter. This is Danny. That's Richard. This is 3 Stegs to Heaven, and we're going to kick some robot butt.
Engineer Danny King at the controls of 3 Stegs. And there's Andrew Marchant with Tornado.